Hello, my name is Rachel and I'm going to be doing a little bit of a vlog today. This coffee is practically cold. Great start. I don't know how much footage I put in, but I've just been sorting this room out, so it was an absolute shit tip. This room's been a bit of a dumping ground, and especially over Christmas because I've not been writing as much. Desk was a mess, and yeah, it wasn't a great place to go into, let alone to feel productive in. So I had a bit of a clean round this morning. Thought I would do a vlog because I'm on a bit of a deadline, self-imposed, but a deadline nonetheless. I have made a ridiculous plan for the next year. It isn't ridiculous in that I've only really done one thing a month, but those one thing a month is like have a full draft of something or have edited like a short story to completion, not just a second draft and things like that. So there's a lot of big goals going on, and the big goal that I had for December, because I made this list at the end of November, start of December, I was doing NaNoWriMo. And I'd been working on this like Christmas novella thing that I've been writing that I really love doing, and I've been having a really fun time with it, but I kind of hit a block. I kind of didn't know what the big boof thing was. I also knew the couple in it would have a falling out, but I didn't know what that falling out would be. At the end of November, I think I ended up with about 17,000 words of it, which I was happy with, to be honest. And then I went and I really outlined it. I spent the first like week, 2 weeks of December outlining. Got such a good outline. I'm so glad that I did that. I always forget that I kind of have to start writing and get into the book a bit and then step away and re-outline. I kind of need to know the characters a bit through writing it to actually know what choices they're going to make later on. I've been having a great time since, have been writing a lot. Well, I say a lot. So the thing is, I've been writing a lot, but it just isn't reflected in my word count. However, it has been a lot and I am quite proud of myself. So at the minute, this draft is sitting on 22,354. So I have wrote quite a few words, and the good thing is there's a lot of completed scenes, which is what I wanted. So I've been kind of trying to sit with scenes until they're finished. And so all of Act 1 is complete. And then in Act 2, I've done 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 18, 21, and there's 6 to 28 in there. So I've done quite a big chunk. I'd say I've done maybe half of that, and there's other bits that I've wrote in as well. For instance, I've not finished scene 13, but it has got 653 words, which is a big chunk. Another one, scene 19, I've already hit my word goal because I kind of just put a minimum of 1,000 goals on things, and I've got 1,081 on there. My issue is that I said this needed to be done by the end of December, because in January my goal is to finish my editing and proofreading course, which I more than think I can do, and I could split a bit of time off to writing. So I would have time to finish this if I don't get it finished. However, because I've made this big list, I don't want to start it off on a fail, and so I really want to finish it, and I'm just not sure whether that's doable. I think I'm going to need about another 20,000 words to finish it, which is a lot. However, I know everything that's happening, and once I get to one bit, the causal chain is just like it'll write itself easily once I get to this big moment. And this big moment happens scene 22, scene 23. Once I get to there, from there to scene 33, I think will be an absolute breeze. So I'm kind of like because I'm going to be writing all night tonight, my wife's in work again, so I'm doing all this to kind of get myself in the mood for writing. I've been watching writing vlogs this morning, I've cleaned this space, I've sorted the desk out, I'm talking to you to kind of get my head around what I need to do tonight, and then yeah, I'm going to be in it once she's gone, because she's probably normally leaves about 6ish. So from 6 onwards, I'll just be writing, and I've been staying up till around 2 the last few nights. And because it's nearly New Year's Eve and I'll be staying up late then, I may as well keep my body clock in that sort of zone. So I'm thinking I can get a lot done tonight. I have noticed as well, I think I do need a few extra scenes. The space between the couple meeting and starting dating and the first kiss, I think needs a few scenes more, just to sort of ground it a little and make it not feel insta-lovey. That's how we're doing. I'm going to be doing a writing vlog because I need to keep myself accountable and I want to bang this shit out. So it is the 29th of December. I want to write about 20,000 words. I'm not necessarily that, well, I want to finish all these scenes, but I think it'll be around 20,000 words. 2 days, and tomorrow I'm at Knowsley Fire Park all day in the daytime, and then we're going to the like lantern light thing that they do at night, like the Chesters do one. So I'm not going to be doing it then. So I'm going to do a bit of a writing sprint now, maybe like 20 minutes. Then I think she'll wake up and I'll probably make some dinner or something, spend some time with her because she'll only be here for like an hour or two. And then yeah, slam back into writing. Fingers crossed this goes alright. Not sure how we're feeling at the minute. So, good writing session. I didn't write anything before. I basically sorted myself out, sorted my planner out, got everything ready, sorted, had my tea, finished dinner, got the washing on, like I did all the like little jobs that I could just write tonight. Just on my first writing session, it kept like adding, so it was only going to be a 30-minute sprint. It turned into a 40-minute sprint, turned into a 50-minute sprint. I ended up just writing until the scene was finished. So I wrote 845 words in the end. Spent 50 minutes on that, which was great. I'm really happy with how the scene turned out. I really like it. There's a cute little like misunderstanding that's nice. However, I've gone to scene 14, which is around where I was up to in the draft already. And I was like, okay, this bit of it needs to be split off and needs to be a scene on its own. And it was 2 scenes together, which is fine. I start writing this scene 14. Then I'm like, oh, scene 14 is taking a turn. We've already set off. We're already on the bus. So she's not at home. Scene 15 is meant to be that she gets picked up from her house and there's some interaction with her dad before she gets picked up. That's not going to happen now because she's not getting picked up from her house. So I've had to move that elsewhere. That was fine. I found another scene to put that in, so it's absolutely fine the writing I'd done. And it just means that scene 15 has changed to only being 1,036 words. Fine, I'm still over 1,000 words, so I'm happy with that. However, I haven't done enough now on this scene because it doesn't quite make sense. Scene 14, the way it flowed, ended up that there's another scene. So I've added a scene, which I added earlier, and then I've added another scene, which I like, and which I'm going to write in a minute. Be a quick scene, to be fair, and it'll be a nice one. There's a lot of like interaction with side characters, which I'm really excited about. But again, I've added a scene. So in this writing session, yes, I've done a scene, but I've created 2 more scenes. So now I've put myself back a scene. Am I back a scene or am I back 2 scenes? I don't know. I'm either in the same place that I was or I'm a scene behind. I don't know. And then scene 15, which was green and done, is now going to come after the added scene, which is fine, but before they got into the car because she was getting picked up from her parents' house, and now that scene will be them having been together in the previous scene and getting into the car together. So some of the beginning bit, not much of it to be fair, all of it's fine, all of it's the interaction. I just need to do a little bit of an intro into them like getting into the car, because now they're together getting into the car. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just annoying. I'm like, this is good. I've wrote a good scene. I'm happy with the scene. But what we've done is we've created more work. I didn't want to create more work. And my scene outline is getting so messy. I'm not going to show you because obviously like it's got all of my stuff on it. But I've been ticking off and writing the amount of words in a scene once I've done a scene as I go through, which was really helpful. It was making me feel very accomplished and like I was achieving things, and it was good. But I'm getting to a point now where I'm adding so many scenes that I can't really be ticking them off anymore. It's just a mess. So what I've had to do is now in my Scrivener, I've got scene 14, added scene 1, scene 15, added scene 2, scene 16, because if I renumber the scenes, because they are in order, like consequential order on here, however, if I do it on here, it's going to really mess up, because if I change all the scene names, So if I did it like scene 14 and then added scene 1 was scene 15, then scene 15 on here wouldn't be scene 15 on here. So I wouldn't be able to tick it off my word count next to it. So it's just there. It's just there. And it's annoying me. And yeah, that's what we're up to. So we're on 23,199 words at the minute. We've wrote 845 words tonight. Still really happy with that. It's 12 minutes past 9. So I've still got ages yet. That's how I'm feeling. I'm going to try the writing in a cozy Christmas cabin during a snowstorm immersive writing session that Abby Emmons has. I've wrote to a few of these. So I've done writing in a dark fantasy castle on a stormy night. That was a good one. But yeah, I have used some of these and I find them really helpful, and I'm thinking cozy Christmas cabin, I'm doing a Christmas book, so this could be a good one. We're gonna work on scene 15. No, we'll do added scene 1 because that's the next scene we'll do, and then we'll work on scene 15 after. So I think this scene should take around half an hour. Well, let's do 25 minutes because I don't like 30-minute timers, it feels too much. So I have 25 minutes on the clock. Yes, I did used to use the Forest app and I've got out of the habit of using it because I like to reply when people text me. Shoot me! I'm an idiot and I let myself get distracted, but I don't care. Okay, I never even pressed play on my playlist. I'm not gonna show you, but we've just done like a 98 word. Why did I just do that? There's no point showing you if I don't show you. Yeah, I did a 98 word little outline of the scene. There's like 2 sections to the scene. There's a section where one of the main character, well, my protagonist is in there with the side characters, then the love interest enters and they all engage in some chatter. It's funny. So I'm excited. So we're going to write that now. I've got like 21 minutes, which should be a good amount of time. Oh, this is supposed to be like 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off writing session. I should have really followed that. Got through an hour 38 of that Christmas cabin. So that's going well. I've just counted up. We've done at the minute 4 writing sessions, and altogether we've got 2,444 words. I just realised that's gonna be terrible. The light in here is terrible because it is like a terracotta shade room with a tiny window. It is nighttime and all of the lights in here are terrible and not very bright. We've cracked out the ring light. I feel like you know, vlogger central, but you won't be able to see me otherwise, so why not? It is 10 to midnight. I said that my goal was that I wanted to have 2,000 words by 11. Now, I didn't have 10,000 words by 11. I had about 1,600, but then I was like, right, you've not hit a goal now, idiot. So I was like, hammer down, get this done. So I did a 20-minute writing sprint. And then I was like, I don't know how long it's going to take to finish this scene, but I just want to finish it. So I set my stopwatch. It ended up being another 20 minutes. So I finished it. Added scene 1 is now finished and sitting at 1,599 words. However, I'm getting annoyed because now I can't tick it off on my scene sheet. And I can't tick it off on my Christmas novella tracker. So I think I'm going to add a section on this Christmas novella tracker of added scenes to kind of scrub off when I've done them, so that I've still got something where I'm keeping track of the extra scenes as well. We're on 24,798 words at the minute. I am feeling happy. However, what I've done is I wrote a scene that was in the original plan. I added 2 scenes. So I had 33 scenes. Adding it, I went up 34, 35 scenes. But I wrote one of them. I did write a scene, but I've also added 2 scenes. And I've only wrote one of them. So if anything, I am behind, or I've cancelled out what I have done by adding scenes. This makes no sense. I realise that I'm not explaining this properly, but I understand it and it's annoying me. So that's where we're at. I've got another good scene. I'm happy with it. One thing is that there are 2 characters in this scene, the 2 side characters. In the overall like redraft of this, I think that those 2 characters are probably going to get smushed into being 1 character just for ease of reading. But I kind of like having two of them because they both work at the cafe with the love interest, and so it kind of is like there would be more staff, but do I want to involve more staff to make it more confusing? Because there isn't a big cast, to be fair. I'm not too worried of the cast of characters being large, but I do know that they say, like, kill your darlings, keep it simple, and to keep it simple, those two characters could just be collapsed into one. What are we doing now? Thinking I might go right in bed for a little bit, just for a change of scenery, because I'm feeling quite awake at the minute. So I feel like going in there, chilling, maybe have an energy drink, like perk up a bit, do some writing, would be good. And then when I start flagging, come back in here, because in here is where I'm productive. And do you know what I mean? So then I'll have had the change of scenery and come back in here. That's what I'm thinking is going to be the best idea. So yeah, I'm going to add an added scene section to this Christmas novella tracker, because otherwise I'm just going to get annoyed that I can't take things off. And then probably going to go in the other room, make something to eat, go get in bed and watch a writing vlog while I eat. We can write down for today because it ends in 3 minutes and I'm not writing again for the next 3 minutes anyway. Oh my god, I am not this popular. One of the worst things you can ever do is join a group message with your wife and her mother. What did I say? 2,444 words. We always highlight those in purple. That day in April, I wrote 2,574. Let's write it on a post-it. This is the goal. This is what we have to hit. This is a bad idea. I'm going to be up very late. However, it would actually be really, really good if I wrote that much, because I do want to finish this. And if I wrote that much, you know, we could smash through. We are in a different setting and some time has passed. It was 2 hours ago that I last updated this vlog and we haven't made much progress. All that I've done, I did take a break and I watched some YouTube and just had a little bit of a chill. I did finish scene 15 and tick it off my list again. I did 294 words to that one. At the minute we're sitting on 25,046 words, so we've hit 25k, which we're very, very happy about. We've only wrote 294 words for the day. It's 2 o'clock in the morning and I am still feeling quite awake, so I think we're going to keep ploughing through and just, yeah, do what I initially said, where I just go to bed when my missus gets home in the morning. So we've got 2 drinks to keep us energised. Apricot Red Bull, which I've not tried, but I've had the yellow tropical Red Bull and it is immense. So I am excited for this and have high hopes. I also have this Daily Brew Starbucks vanilla coffee, which, if you don't know me, I am a vanilla coffee girl. That is what I go for. So I feel like this could be the one. And then when because I can feel myself like lagging a little bit, but not properly. This is a good start. And then when I really, really start getting tired, I'll switch to the Red Bull. I'm thinking I'm going to be going for scene 19, which is currently on 1,081 words. I've just wrote it down on my writing sprints paper. This one did it through dictation, so it kind of isn't completely together. So I need to read it, fill in the gaps, and then finish it. There's a gap because I think that one should, so part of it should be a separate scene. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to add another scene! I remember I was working on this scene and I stopped because I didn't want to add another scene and mess up the manuscript. But we are at the point where we have already done that now, so what's another fucking scene? Why not? We need to add the second bit as a separate scene, which we would have 368 words of. To be honest, it's pretty much done. It probably only needs about 200 words at the end of it, and then it'd be finished. I can't believe I'm going to add another scene. It wouldn't be pissing me off that much if it wasn't for the fact that I have really been very dedicated with this scene outline, and so adding scenes is not what I want to do at the minute. It means this draft is going to take so much longer, but it's fine. Take you when hopefully the 2 of them are done. Okay, Okay, so I am seriously flagging. It's 3:30 in the morning. I think I'm gonna head to bed. The scene I've just worked on was pretty much all there already, and I was just filling it in. And it still took me 15 minutes to do 206 words, which is not that much. I don't think we'll be going to Knowsley early tomorrow, and so I might have time in the morning. And then, yeah, obviously I've got the evening as well. Again, I think she's going to conk out pretty early and be exhausted, so I can do some work then. In the last 3.5 hours, we've got 991 words done today. I'm pretty happy with, because if you add to what I did before as well, that's 3,435 words, which really I have done today because I've not been asleep. That is a huge thing for me. I never normally write that much, so I'm really happy with that. And obviously if we do split it up, it was 2,444 yesterday, 900 and whatever I just said today, but that number is obviously going to go up. We have added a scene 1, a scene 2 and a scene 3. However, the scene 1 and the scene 3 that I've added, I've done, they are complete and signed off. Finished quite a few scenes and boxed them off. So tomorrow, or today, if I could get done, see, I'm avoiding doing scene 12 because I haven't done enough of it, and it's a bit of a big event. So it's not the two love interests meeting, but it's the first time that they are really having freedom and connecting. Yeah, I feel like this scene could well end up being like 2,000 words. So I'm kind of avoiding it because I know that working on it is going to really put me back. So if I could do the added scene 2, scene 16, scene 17 and scene 20 tomorrow, then apart from scene 12, I will have chronologically done all of the scenes up to scene 21. And there's 33 scenes, and that's including the added scenes I will have done as well. So I'd be in a really, really good place, to be honest. Moving forward, there's a lot of scenes that don't have anything to them, and the scenes that do have things to them have a maximum of about 250 words. They will take a lot, and obviously this is the ending and stuff, but the ending's one of those where once I get a little bit of a thing with it, like I mentioned at the beginning, it'll kind of just roll and pick up on each other. So I feel alright about that. To be honest, I feel like I could very easily be writing on the 1st and the 2nd, and that wouldn't necessarily have hit my goal that I'm trying to hit. However, finishing it's finishing it, and I would still have finished it, which I'd be happy with. And New Year's Day, so that's where we're at the minute. Oh my god, this is going to be the longest vlog ever if I carry on with these ridiculously long chats about what I'm going to do and not what I'm actually fucking doing. It's actually the next night, just been to Knowsley's fire pack and come back, had a very lovely evening. Still wanting to smash the draft. Currently, we're on 25,779. This morning I only managed to write 36 words. I didn't even write it down because I was like, I can't dignify that as if that's an acceptable amount to have written. We didn't do great this morning, but it was fine. I woke up extremely tired, so I'm not too mad at myself. I'm still thinking 2,574. Shall we try and smash that out? And then obviously we've got tomorrow. Tomorrow I've only got a New Year's party in the evening, so it'll definitely be doable to get a chunk of stuff done. Currently we're on 1,027, so we need 1,550-ish to hit the goal of being more than 2,574. We've got an hour and 15 minutes left of today. This is going to be a very short clip. We're going to get writing, and yeah, we're just going to try and fucking blast it out. Why not? Let's see if we can do it. Got the big headphones because wife's in bed, but I am planning to stay up till around 2, not as late as yesterday. That was too late for me. I went to sleep at like 4:30 in the end, and it was too late. It did mean that I just couldn't do anything this morning, and normally I get quite a lot done in the morning writing wise, so don't want to do that again. Let's see how we get on, and then we can reevaluate at midnight with what we want to do for the next 2 hours and what scenes I want to work on. So yeah, I will be back updating you in an hour and a quarter. Right, let me turn this music off. So it is 3 minutes past midnight. I've done it. I don't know how much I've exactly done it by because I haven't wrote in the added sections. What happened was I finished a scene at 11:45-ish. It was emotional. and it was difficult. I didn't write how many words I'd added because I was like very, very close, and I knew I was very, very close to hitting the word goal I wanted. 198 words left, so I was like, okay, we need to get 190 words in the next 15 minutes in order to still hit the word goal for the day that I wanted. Obviously 2,574, which we wrote down last night, which we've definitely done. Added scene 2 is done, so all the 3 scenes that I've added in the last like 24-ish hours I've written, so I'm more than happy with that. So we had 1385, take away 36. Okay, so for the first writing session, she spent about 45 minutes and I added 1,313 words, which is a huge writing session for me. I find that really, really difficult, I'll be honest, because there is a character in this book who is very similar to my sister. If you do not know, my sister is not with us anymore, and so it was just a little bit difficult and a little bit emotional to write, but at the same time I was glad I was writing it because she has a lot of similar mannerisms, and so it's nice to be thinking about those mannerisms and to be like remembering my sister, but at the same time, very difficult situation to be in. So I wrote that one, and then I went on to scene 16, which kind of just follows on from that added scene. They're talking about doing something at the end of that added scene, and then in the next scene 16, they've just done it, so she kind of like talks about what they've just done. I haven't finished scene 16 by any stretch, but I've added 314 words. So that means that for the last 24 hours we've written 2,654 words, which blows this 2,574 words out of the water. We've overshot it just under 100 words, so I'm really, really happy that I managed to hit that goal. I am planning to still write until around 2 o'clock. We're gonna go and have a break now, so yeah, see you in a bit. I just finished another writing session and I got 877 words done, and I've finished scene 17. So I've just counted and I've got 15 scenes left, and obviously tomorrow is the last day of the month, so feeling a little bit apprehensive about that and about me finishing this draft. But like I said, I'm going to give myself a grace period of the 1st and the 2nd because I do have a little bit of time where I can focus and try and get some of this writing done. And if I finish it on the 1st and the 2nd, I'm going to give myself the fact that I've finished it in December because it's still a massive milestone that I've finished. Currently we're on 28,319 words, and like I said, we've done it says 883 on here on the Scrivener thing, but I've only added 877 words, so I don't know. I think I deleted some when I was reading through this scene before I actually started writing, so I think that's messed with what the word count is on it. I'm in a good space right now and I've been writing a lot. Scene 12 it keeps being a thorn in my side, but I should have done it a long time ago, and because I didn't do it then, it is much harder to do now. That's the issue I'm having with scene 12, but we're gonna get back to it eventually. It'll be fine. But I'm loving looking at the first half of this Scrivener thing because everything has green bars and I love it. I love seeing the green bars. It makes me feel good about myself. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go to bed now. It is 2 o'clock in the morning, so that's exactly when I said my bedtime is going to be. I think one of the major reasons that I really want to finish this is because it is a Christmas book, like it's all based around Christmas, and so I kind of want to finish it while it's still Christmas. That's kind of the reason that I've been driving so hard with it through November and December, because although I'm going to be redrafting and editing and doing all that stuff throughout the year, I feel like the actual basic nuts and bolts of the story I wanted to write while I'm still like surrounded by Christmas, because it's just going to make the story more real. That's kind of why we're driving so hard with it at the minute. Hello. I am here to update that I have not hit my goal, which is very hard to say and very annoying. I feel like it's time for the end of this vlog, and I'm going to start a new one, and the aim of that vlog is going to be to finish this. I'm going to be a little bit more realistic about it because my goal setting for this of it just needs to be done by that day was not the most realistic thing ever. We're going to recalibrate, rethink, and get back to it. So I'm not sure how many words I was on at the start of this vlog, so I will input it here, but I have written a lot of words this month and I'm very proud of myself. Well, I say this month, last month. So it is the 6th of January I really did take a bit of a break there. I think part of the issue was that it was my holiday from work and I actually should have given myself some time as a break, which I wasn't doing. And so that's, I think, why my head just went, look, I've worked until the day you wanted me to. You said I had to work the 1st and the 2nd as well. I did that. And after that, my head was like, no, done what you said, I need a break. Listening to it, and I'm letting myself have a little bit of a minute. To wrap this up, I've taken some screenshots to see where I'm at in my project at the minute. Obviously, as you can see, Act 1 is done, and I'm very happy with Act 1 at the minute. Act 2 is looking pretty good. The first half of Act 2 is awesome, and then obviously we really need to focus on the last half. I am happy with this though, because I really have tried to work chronologically, and I did say that if I went to a certain section and worked from there, the whole story would kind of tumble out. And the reason that I didn't do that is because I think it was working really well that I was doing it chronologically, because it really was allowing the story to develop in a better way, and I was noticing the issues that there would be with the story because I wasn't writing it chronologically. You know what I mean? Like, you can't draw the dots if you're like bouncing. It's a little bit more difficult, which is why the added scenes came in. So I'm happy with that. I've added 3 scenes as well, which I've written, so I'm very happy with them. And then in Act 3, haven't really done much of Act 3. It's because we've not got to Act 3 yet. So I am really happy with what I've written. We're currently on 29,728 words. I've got a goal on here of 40,000 words, which I think could be the end. Another like 10,000, I think that should be fine, because I haven't got a hell of a lot of scenes left. It's something that I'm going to be starting to aim to do this weekend and then through this month. I have jury service coming up on the 30th, and I also have some other goals for the month of February. I'm trying to stick within the goals that I already have. So my goals for this month were to finish my proofreading and copy editing course, which I'm still going to be working on and still trying to do, and then to do 10,000 words. And that's 10,000 words in anything. That 10,000 words I'm just going to make this Christmas story. I'm hopefully going to be finishing it in the next one. I'm basically going to vlog until it's finished for the next section. So if you enjoyed this writing vlog, please let me know in the comments down below. I am hoping to do a couple more of these. I find them nice because there's not really anyone in my life that I can talk to about writing. I do talk to people about writing. I talk to my wife and I talk to my parents, talk to my best friend, but it's hard to talk to people who don't also write, because there's only so much that they can really say because they don't write, so they don't really have that mentality sort of thing. It's hard to get it across the way that it is. And so yeah, it's nice sometimes to just talk to a camera and let myself rant, let myself get it all out to someone who's not going to be like, what do you mean? So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!